My parlay hit. I cashed out, and 4 of our 6 spreads hit.
Yes, sir.
We're cashing out. You got to listen to all these picks.
Hey, this is what we do. Welcome back to JandJPickEm. My name is Josh. Last week I went 11-5, and my overall record was 164-92. That's another week of double-digit wins. Both me and Juan got double-digit wins, and this is what we do for the people.
Yeah, last week I went 11-5, and my overall record is 155-101. My parlay hit. I cashed out, and 4 of our 6 spreads hit.
Yes, sir.
We're cashing out. You got to listen to all these picks.
Hey, this is what we do. And also, so many people disrespecting me, saying that the Jags weren't going to win. They won. That was my lock of the week, and I got you guys some money. Hey, this is the last week of regular season, but don't worry. We still got pick'em videos for you guys in the playoffs. Hey, and let's get into week 18 picks.
Let's make some money.
Let's go. To start off football on Saturday, we got the Steelers versus the Ravens. Steelers have been balling out. They're coming off a win. Jalen Warren and Najee Harris, they've been balling out. And George Pickens, he's been performing very well. As for Ravens, MVP, bro. Lamar Jackson's balling out. 5 touchdowns last week. And the Ravens are looking like the team to beat right now. But this week, I got the Steelers winning. Tyler Huntley, he's going to start for the Ravens. He's a great quarterback, but something just tells me that the Steelers are going to win this week.
Yeah, for this one, the Steelers, they're playing for a playoff spot.
They are.
The Ravens, they already secured that first bye week.
Yep.
You know, Lamar Jackson, he's not going to be playing. And yeah, I expect the Steelers to get the win. But Huntley, he's a really good quarterback. Like you were saying, he's one of the best backup quarterbacks. But I think the Steelers should win. Their run game, they've been doing really good.
Oh, yeah.
TJ Watt, he's always going to be there to make those plays. And I expect the Steelers to get the win.
Yeah, the Steelers should win, but it should be a close one because it's a divisional matchup. For our next Saturday matchup, we got the Texans versus the Colts. Should be a really good matchup. CJ Stroud, I said last week he's a game changer. The Texans look amazing when he plays. Devin Singletary played a lot better, and I like how the Texans are playing right now. As for the Colts, they came out with the win. Honestly, Raiders did get a little robbed that game, but it's all good. Michael Pittman, he did come back. He didn't play too well, but the fact that Michael Pittman's back, I think it's a huge upgrade for the Colts. I got the Texans winning this one. Rookie of the year, CJ Stroud, and I think they're going to perform well this week.
Yeah, for this one, I'm going to go with the Texans. I feel like the Texans are more of a complete team compared to the Colts. Their defense is actually solid, and their offense, they've been able to step it up. CJ Stroud, he's back. He played a good game.
Yep.
Gardner, what's his name, Minshew?
Yep.
He's a really good quarterback, but he's going up against against the Texans. They're having a really good season right now, and I think the Texans are going to get the win and get into the playoffs.
Yeah, I also got the Texans winning this week.
Yep.
To start off Sunday, we got the Jaguars versus Titans. Huge game. If the Jaguars win this game, they win their division. Last week, I know Trevor Lawrence was out. I think he might be out again. But, hey, it doesn't matter. Travis Etienne, we've been saying this all season long. Feed Etienne. He had 2 touchdowns, a huge 60-yard run. And I like how the Jaguars are playing right now. As for the Titans, Ryan Tannehill, man. You already know how I feel about him. He got sacked 5 times. He played horrible. If Will Levis doesn't play this game, it's going to be a blowout, and I got the Jags winning this week.
Yeah, for this one, I got the Jaguars winning. Like you said, Etienne, he's a baller. He literally won almost everyone's fantasy football finals.
Championship, yes, sir.
And yeah, for this one, Christian Kirk, he might be back. Trevor Lawrence, he might play. I don't think he is. Will Levis, he's most likely out for this game as well.
That's true.
And yeah, I feel like for the Titans, nothing has been really going good for them. Derrick Henry, Derrick Henry, he's been so inconsistent.
He has.
The Titans, they only put up 3 points against the Texans. You're not going to win a game like that. The Jaguars, they should be able to win their division and make it into the playoffs with a dub.
Yeah, we both got the Jaguars win.
For the next matchup, we got the Vikings versus the Lions, NFC North matchup.
Yes, sir.
For this one, I'm going to go with the Lions. The Vikings, they're trash. My Packers literally manhandled them. Yeah, for this one, the Lions, the Vikings, they have a chance at making the playoffs, but it's very, very small.
Very slight.
The Lions, they're going to try to get this win just because it would help them out in the playoffs for home field advantage. And yeah, I think they should be able to get the dub. The Vikings, they can't stop the pass or the run, and they're not going to get a dub.
Yeah, either if it's Nick Mullins or Jaren Hall, it doesn't matter who starts. The Vikings aren't going to play well. And you said it best. It's their defense. Couldn't get any interceptions, any sacks. They played horrible. And the Lions, they're a great team. They're coming off a horrible loss. They got robbed at the end. So, they're going to strive for a win. I got the Lions winning this week. But I will say this. Jared Goff, especially going into the playoffs, you're going to play teams like the Cowboys. If you're playing great teams like this, you got to step up. You can't throw those interceptions you threw, and you can't throw that many incompletions. So this game is all up to Jared Goff if he wants to win it, and I think the Lions are going to win, and so does Juan.
Yeah, I'm happy the Lions got robbed. The NFL did us 30 last year with the Packers-Lions game. The Lions already knew they were out of the playoffs, and they gave us that matchup prime time. Get out of here, Lions.
Yep. For this next game, we got the Falcons versus Saints. This should be a good divisional matchup, and it's actually a very important game. If the Bucks somehow lose to the Panthers, the winner of this game wins their division. The Saints, they played amazing last week. I like how Derek Carr is playing. This was probably one of his better games this whole season. He threw 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. But I will say Alvin Kamara, he has to step up in the game, especially the passing game. I feel like when he does great in the passing game, he's a way better running back, and the Saints play better. As for the Falcons, they played horrible last week. 3 interceptions from Taylor Heineke. And if Desmond Ridder starts, that's probably going to be even worse. Like, both these quarterbacks are horrible. Desmond Ridder, Rookie of the Year? Or no?
Yeah, Rookie of the Year for the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, so the Falcons been playing horrible. I got the Saints winning this week.
Yeah, for this one, I got the Saints. The only thing looking good right now for the Falcons is maybe their punt return, their kick return. Other than that, their whole team is trash. The Saints, they had a really good game last week. They were expected to lose against the Buccaneers that are hot right now, and they were able to get that dub. But yeah, I feel like there's not much to say. The Saints, they're solid. The Falcons, I'm not a big fan of the Falcons this season. I feel like in the beginning, I thought they were going to be a really good team, but I don't know. Their quarterbacks just couldn't keep up. And yeah, I got the Saints.
I will say this too: the Falcons won the first game of the season against the Saints, but now the Saints are playing them again, and it's at Saints home. So I got the Saints winning this week, and so does Juan.
For the next matchup, we got the Jets versus the Patriots. Last week I called it the Patriots. They weren't gonna let off the Bils off that easy, and yeah, Bill Belichick, he put up a really good game. For the Patriots, they haven't been able to find that quarterback. They haven't. Bailey Sapp, he threw 3 interceptions, trash. Get out of here. And yeah, I think the Jets should come off with the win. Trevor Seaman, that's his name?
Simeon,
yeah. He did a pretty good job with his receivers. And Brees Hall, you know how I feel about Brees Hall.
You love Brees Hall.
He's a baller. Yep. He can do everything. Dual threat right there.
He really is.
Yeah, the Jets should be able to come off with the dub.
Yeah, honestly, I had a really hard time trying to see who's going to win this game. But the more and more I think about it, I think the Jets, you got to go with them. I like their weapons. They have Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall. I'm not a huge fan of Brees Hall, but I understand how great he is for the Jets. And as for the Patriots, like you said, Bailey Zapp, whatever his name is, it don't matter. He's not a good quarterback, man. He threw 3 interceptions. And, I don't know if Stevenson's going to come in, but Ezekiel Elliott didn't do too great last week, especially in the running game. He had less than 40 yards, I think.
Time to retire.
Time to retire, man. Cowboys legend down, bro. But I got the Jets winning this one. I feel more confident about them. And super weird superstition. For some reason, I always feel towards the end of the season, the Patriots are losing on purpose for a better draft pick. I think it's just what Belichick does, and he's the best person to do that. So I got the Jets winning, and so does Juan. For the next game, we got the Buccaneers versus the Panthers. The Bucs did lose last week to the Saints, but I will say this. Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans have been performing well this whole season, and I like how they've been playing. Baker Mayfield was still able to throw 2 touchdowns, but he did throw 2 interceptions too. As for the Panthers, embarrassing, man. Bryce Young has been playing horrible. No touchdowns. I think he thrown 1 interception, but he got sacked 6 times. Their offensive line has been playing horrible. This dude's looking like a rag doll, man. He's getting thrown left and right, and no one has been stepping up on their offense. I will say this though, the Panthers, I predicted their 2 games that they won this week. If you've been watching, or this year, if you've been watching Pick'em, they beat the Texans and they beat the Falcons last week. And for that reason, I'm going with the Panthers, bruh.
No way.
The Panthers are going to beat the Buccaneers. They're going to play spoiler. The Panthers are going to win this game. Remember what I say, bruh. The Panthers have nothing to lose. And when a team has nothing to lose, they play really great. And they got a chance to knock the Buccaneers off the playoffs. If the Bucs win this game, they win the division. But the Panthers aren't going to let that happen, man. Call me crazy, but I'm calling it. Panthers winning this game.
Yeah, for this one, I'm going to go with the Panthers. I'm going with the Panthers. Last week, I went with the Panthers. Bro, they're trash. Bryce Young, worst rookie of the year. For this one, I'm going with the Bucs. Baker Mayfield, I can't doubt him. Last week, he lost. It was a division matchup against the Saints. Derek Carr, he's balling out, But this time, he's playing against who?
Baker.
Baker Mayfield's playing against Bryce Young, bro. The worst rookie of the year. I'm going to go with the Bucs. They should get the dub, win their division, make the playoffs.
I'll tell you this, though. Like I said, the 2 games the Panthers won, I predicted. So if the Panthers were to win 1 game, it'd be this one. I got the Panthers, and Juan has the Bucs winning this week. For our next matchup, we got the Browns versus the Bengals. Joe Flacco, man, he's been balling out. Jerome Ford had a big game last week. I know he balled out for you in fantasy.
Yep.
And David Njoku, man, this whole season, he hasn't been playing great, but then Joe Flacco comes in and he starts balling out. So I like how Njoku's playing for the Browns. As for the Bengals, Jake Browning, he did throw 1 touchdown. He also rushed for a touchdown. I think the Browns are going to bench a lot of players this game, right?
I think they're going to try to bench the roster, their starting roster.
I know Joe Flacco, the coach said, Kevin Stefanski, he said that he's going to get limited minutes, so I don't think he's going to play the full game. So for that reason, I got the Bengals winning. They are -6 for a reason, so I think the Bengals should win this game, but it could be a very close matchup.
Yeah, for this one, I'm going to go with the Bengals. The Browns, like you said, they're gonna bench most of their starting players.
Yeah.
For the Bengals, I feel like they're going to have a really good game. Jamar Chase, he's going to be playing, and they're going to be able to just build some confidence, They shouldn't be winning. They should be trying to get, a better...
draft pick.
Yeah, better draft pick, but I think they're going to get the... They went 0-5, though, against their division, so,
you never
this might be a little risky,
Yeah.
They might lose it. They might go 0-6, but they should be able to get the dub.
Nonetheless, it's a battle of Ohio, Cleveland versus Cincinnati, so you always know it's going to be a crazy matchup. Yeah. But we both got the Bengals winning this week. Yeah, let's go.
Go Pack, go. Jordan Love, future Hall of Famer right here.
Yeah.
I'm calling it right now. The Packers are getting the dub. We're making the playoffs. Justin Fields, who? Nah, I'm playing. Justin Fields, he's been playing great with his wide receiver, DJ Moore.
Yep.
Their defense, I've been saying it the past couple of weeks. They've been balling out. They've been doing pretty good. The Packers, they can't sleep. They got to put their foot on the gas, go all the way, and get that dub. It's going to be a great matchup, to be honest. I'm nervous. Anything can happen. The Bears, they're playing with nothing to lose. But like Jordan Love, he said it. He said, we still remember that game from last year. So when you remember something like that, you don't forget that. Quay Walker, he's going to be mad. He's going to be pissed. He's going to get that dub. He's going to be all over Justin Fields. And we're getting that dub, and we're making playoffs.
I will say this about the Packers. Jordan Love, 3 touchdowns last week. He's looking amazing. And there's 3 things that are certain in life, all right? Death, taxes, and the Packers smacking the Bears, all right?
We own them.
The Packers own the Bears. I do love Justin Fields. I think he's a great quarterback. This is going to be a close game because it's a division matchup. And like you said, the Packers got to win this one to make the playoffs, but anything could happen. But, hey, go Pack, go. We got the Packers winning this week.
Bears still suck.
Yes, sir.
Next, we have the Cowboys versus the Commanders. For this one, the Cowboys should get the dub. They're trying to secure that 2nd seed in the playoffs, and I think they're going to get it. The Commanders, they're not too good of a team. They haven't been doing too good. The Cowboys, Dak Prescott, we've been saying MVP season.
MVP.
And he has CeeDee Lamb, probably one of the best wide receivers right now.
Yep.
Name me someone better.
Khalil Mack.
There's no one better right now. CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, that's a crazy connection, and they're going to go into the playoffs being hot.
They are.
They're going to do some damage, and I expect the Cowboys to get the win.
Yeah, I got the Cowboys winning this game, too. I don't think there's much to say. The Cowboys have been rolling. They beat the Lions, and CeeDee Lamb, 227 receiving yards last game. He had 1 or 2 touchdowns, I forget, but he for sure had 1 touchdown. And I think you're right. He's either 2nd or 3rd in all-time receiving right now for this season. He's been balling out this season. I wish I had him in fantasy. But I love how the Cowboys are playing. As for the Redskins or the Commanders now, Sam Howell, he's been playing horrible. I know he started off hot. He was like top 5 in passing yards. I'm not sure if that's still the case, but he hasn't been performing well, and the Commanders in general have been playing pretty bad. So I got the Cowboys winning this one. Like you said, they're trying to get hot to go into the playoffs. They're not benching no one. They got all their starters. So we both got the Commanders. We both got the Cowboys winning this game.
Yep.
For our next game, we got the Raiders versus the Broncos.
Raiders.
Let's go, let's go. I would be excited, but we just lost to the Colts last week. Got eliminated from playoffs. But I will say this. Aiden O'Connell played really great. Devontae Adams over 160 yards, 2 touchdowns. Balled out, bro. Pull out the jersey real quick. We got to show who's the GOAT, bro. Right. Let's go. It's the Packers version. Hey, but he's been balling out with the Raiders. Zamir White. Don't be surprised if Josh Jacobs gets traded, bro. Zamir White has been balling out for us. I think he's the future for the Raiders. And as for the Broncos, Jarrett Stidham did play great last week. But I will say this. The Broncos never beat the Raiders in the last week of the season. It's been happening all year long, all season long, every year since I've been a Raiders fan, bro. The Raiders always beat the Broncos in the last week, and I got the Raiders winning this week.
Yeah, the Broncos have never beat the Las Vegas Raiders, ever. They beat the Oakland Raiders, but not the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yes, sir.
For this one, I'm going with the Raiders. It should be an easy dub. They own the Broncos. Is it a rivalry?
It's not a rivalry if you don't win those games, bro.
Yeah, that's not no rivalry. And real quick, Devontae Adams, you know, if you want to come back to the Packers, we got your jersey ready. Pull up. We'll sign you. We're going to the playoffs locked in. And all we need is that missing wide receiver one, and we win that Super Bowl.
Hey, there you go. I got the Raiders winning, and so does Juan.
Let's go.
Broncos country, let's hide. For our next matchup, we got the Eagles versus the Giants. The Giants were pretty impressive last week. They barely lost to the Rams by 1 point, and it was because Tyrod Taylor is balling out. Even in the rushing game, he led the team in rushing, but honestly, that just means that Saquon Barkley has to step up. He's a great player, and if the Giants know how to use him well, they're going to win games. So for this game, if they want to beat the Eagles, Saquon Barkley has to step up. And as for the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, he's playing amazing, but in the passing game, he has to feed all his guys. A.J. Brown, I think he did lead the team receiving, but he only had like 60 receiving yards. So people have to step up for the Eagles, and they got to build this momentum going into the playoffs. I do got the Eagles winning, but it could be a close one.
Yeah, for this one, everyone expects the Eagles to win, but I'm going to go with the Giants. I feel like, yeah, the Eagles are playing to try to win their division, but the Cowboys, they're playing the Commanders. That should be an easy W for them. And the Eagles, they're probably going to end up benching some of their players midway through. They're going to know that they have no chance at winning their division.
Yeah.
For this one, I need Saquon Barkley to ball out, not just for them to get the win, but for my fantasy football team. I'm going to go with the Giants. They should be able to get the win.
That's crazy.
And, yeah, I'm expecting an upset on this one.
Yeah, that's crazy. That could happen. I got the Eagles winning, and Juan has the Giants winning. For our next matchup, we got the Seahawks versus the Cardinals. I love how the Cardinals are playing right now. They just upsetted the Eagles, one of the best teams in the NFL. Kyler Murray, he's been balling out. He's thrown a couple touchdowns, and I like how James Conner's playing too. He got over 120 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. As for the Seahawks, they did lose, but I like how DK Metcalf's playing. He had over 100 yards, and I do expect the Seahawks to play a lot better than they did last week, but I just got the Cardinals winning this game. I think Kyler Murray's too good, and I like how the Cardinals are playing right now.
Yeah, for this one, it's going to be a really close matchup, but I'm going to go with the Cardinals. They're going to upset the Seahawks. It's going to be a statement win for Kyler Murray. You know, he needs to make a statement win to prove that he's an NFL quarterback that can start and actually get some wins. Yeah. He was out early in the season, so it did affect the Cardinals, but he's going to come back. He's going to get that win against the Seahawks, and he's going to ruin their playoff chances.
Most underrated quarterback in the league, Kyler Murray. We both got the Cardinals winning this one, but it should be a good one. For the next game, we got the Rams versus the Niners. And honestly, this is going to be a preseason game. We got two quarterbacks playing each other. We got Sam Darnold versus Carson Wentz. And if you told me what quarterback I trust more, honestly, I think I'd go with Carson Wentz. But Sam Darnold, I feel like he's going to play great with the Niners just because they're a great system team. Elijah Mitchell, when Christian McCaffrey went down last week, he balled out. And I just like how the Niners play overall. As for the Rams, I think they're still a great team. Both these teams secured their playoff spot. But I feel like Carson Wentz is going to play really hard this game. But I just got the Niners winning this game.
Yeah, for this one, I'm going to go with the Niners. They're playing at home. Like you said, Elijah Mitchell. I feel like he's a really good running back. The only reason why he doesn't start is because they have McCaffrey, the best running back in the league. Yep. And, yeah, like you said, they have a great system. I'm going to go with the Niners. I feel like the Rams, hopefully they lose because it would help out the Packers. Yeah. But I'm going to go with the Niners.
Yeah, should be easy. For the next game, we got the Chiefs versus the Chargers. I think the Chiefs are going to rest a lot of their players. The Chargers are favored by 3, and that's for a reason because the Chiefs are going to rest all their players. They're content where they are in the playoffs right now. Easton Stick, he did throw 200 yards last week and no interceptions, which is surprising. And Austin Eckler, he did fumble, but I do expect to have a better game this week. And, you know, Keenan Allen hasn't been playing, so someone has to step up in the receiving game if they want to win this game. As for the Chiefs, Isaiah Pacheco has been balling out. Travis Kelce, man, this second half of the season, he hasn't been doing too well, especially these last 3 weeks. If you had him in fantasy, he's been doing trash for you. But this week, I got the Chargers winning. I think the Chiefs' backups aren't going to be good enough to beat the Chargers, so I got the Chargers winning this week.
For this one, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I know the Chargers are favored to win, but they need to put Kadarius Toney in there, you know, get him some reps, catch the ball. You know, start practicing for the playoffs because he cannot catch a ball. He has breaks for hands. Yeah. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. They should be able to get the win. How many passing touchdowns did the quarterback get for the Chargers?
He got 0, actually.
0, and it's going to stay that way. Chiefs are getting the dub.
Hey, this is going to be a good one. I got the Chargers, and Juan has the Chiefs winning this week.
For the final game of the season, we have the Bils versus the Dolphins.
Yes, sir.
This is going to be an incredible matchup. It's going to be everything on the line. Playoffs, that title. You know, it's going to be a really great matchup. Tua, he didn't do too good last week. The Bills, I feel like they're one of the hungriest teams right now. You know, they're trying to get into the playoffs. They basically need the win. And I'm going to go with the Bills. I like Josh Allen right now. He's playing really good. And I think they're going to get the win.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. I got the Dolphins winning just because I feel like when a team gets blown out the week before, they start balling out. Like you said, Tua did throw 2 interceptions, but so many offensive weapons that they have. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Davina Chain, Raheem Mostert. I love how their offense looks. They did get smacked, but I see them bouncing back. And like you said, this is the best way to end off the season. It's going to be such a great matchup. I got the Dolphins winning. Juan has the Bills winning, but it's going to be such a great matchup.
Yep.
For the best segment of the week, we got Parlay of the Week. Time to get you guys some money.
Let's go.
For my parlay this week, I got the Raiders, I got the Saints, and I got the Jaguars. I felt confident in my parlay last week, and I feel confident in my parlay this week too. The Jags are going to smack, and let's get you guys some money.
Yeah, for my parlay, it hit last week. I cashed out. This week, I'm going to go Jets, Buccaneers, Packers. Let's make you some money. You know, it's a new year. Let's get some new money.
Let's go. Let's go. For the next segment of the video, we got spreads of the week. Like Juan said in the beginning of the video, we went 4 for 6 on our spreads. We're getting you guys this money. That's what we do. So for my 3 spreads this week, I got the Raiders -2.5. I got the Lions -3. And I got the Panthers +5.
My 3 spreads of the week are going to be Packers -3, Texans -1.5, and Buffalo -3. If you want to make some money, put some money into these spreads.
Yes, sir. Let's get you this money.
Let's cash out.
These were our week 18 picks, and this was our last pick'em of the season. But don't worry, we still got a lot of picks coming in for our playoffs. We got Super Bowl predictions. We got playoff predictions. Each round, we're going to tell you who's going to win and who's going to lose. So we got a lot of great content coming for you guys.
Yeah, for a quick segment, we're going to do our Super Bowl prediction.
Yep.
So my prediction is going to be Niners versus Ravens.
Yeah, and before the season started, I've been saying this all year long, so I got to stick with my prediction. I got the Dolphins versus the Eagles. I think it could happen. Let us know in the comment section what you guys think. And remember, make sure to like and subscribe. We appreciate all the support you guys give us. I'm Josh.
This is Juan.
And this was JandJPickEm.